Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Always Jane, and this is a new mini-series from Amazon and focuses on a New Jersey teen who is a trans woman who is experiencing, leading up to her surgery to fully become a woman, and her experiences as a trans woman living with her family, which is an intergenerational family, as she lives with her parents and she has two sisters and also has her grandfather in the home. And this is from director Jonathan C. Hyde, and it's a pretty intimate experience, as a lot of it is very much in the household of this young woman, Jane, and her family living their lives. And really a lot of moments of like interviews where some of her family members get very emotional and very frank about their experiences and their perspectives, but all along being a very supportive family unit. And the film also deals with like COVID, because that comes into play as well. But mostly this is about this young trans woman's experience, and that experience of kind of putting the life that she had beforehand behind her. Jane speaks very openly about her former life and who she was before, and feeling bad for them and thinking about all the horrible things they had to go through. And now going to school, wanting to be like doing cinematography and stuff like that, and also trying to connect with others and make friends. And a lot of this film, it does focus, like I said, on that intergenerational experience, because you have, like, starting from the top, like her grandfather, who is very supportive, has very interesting perspective on things, and it's very, like, when the COVID part starts happening, it's like, you won't get vaccinated and stuff like that. But having that perspective of somebody who even said it's like, Jane's, the first person she came out to was her grandmother, who is now passed, and like the grandfather will bring up, it's like, I'm not sure Jane would have been accepted when I was younger and stuff like that. And you have her parents, her mother is very, very supportive, and her father is very supportive and fun, but he also has some emotional moments where he talks about missing out on having that son that he had always hoped for, but gets very emotional talking about how horrible it would have been to shun his child and miss out on that just because his child didn't turn out to be who he thought they were going to be. And you have her two sisters, one's older in the military and one's younger, and you have those different kinds of dynamics with siblings versus like parents and grandparents. And there's a lot more of like telling. There's not a whole lot of moments of Jane really in the aftermath of experiencing prejudice and stuff like that. It's more of like, well, when I had experienced this, and it's a lot of in the past tense, and I think that doesn't add as much tension to it because, you know, film is all about the visual and showing and not telling, but a lot of this is like being told these stories. And in general, this is a very feel-good, positive kind of film, and I don't know if it really digs too deep into a lot of those negativities, and it also is very isolated because, one, because of COVID, it's a lot in their home and stuff like that. She does go on this really awesome trip to LA where she gets to do modeling and is surrounded by other trans women, and I think that's a wonderful, because like this is only 4 episodes too, and that second episode is really eye-opening and a wonderful experience, and being able to see Jane in her element like that was something special. But a lot of this is much more on the surface, but it's still a feel-good, meaningful, and moving series that I think is definitely worth your time. And it's right there. It's on Amazon Prime, so go check this one out. But those are my thoughts on Always Jane. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.